Good evening, everybody. It is your host, Suzanne Monk, host of the original all-live Periscope cast, all about Donald Trump. Trump Talk US. Welcome to episode number 132. Hi, how's it going, everybody? I'm a little, maybe my camera screen might be a little blurry, too. So, I'm tired. I've been worn out. It's been a long week of Trumping for us here in Chicago, you guys. We had the Pussy Grabs Back rally earlier this week. And, of course, it was National Flag Trump sign waving day. And my friend and I, Josh, went down and represented for Chicago. So, you can all be proud of us. Chicago was included. I'm very excited about that. But we're a little worn out. We've been Trumping. You know, it was, Chicago was great. So many honks, actually. A lot of honks for Trump, you guys. A lot of positive people. A lot of taking pictures. You guys can go ahead and vote on November 28th if you want to. Maybe what you can do is you can reelect Barack Obama, who's was president of, what, 57 states? How many states was Obama president of? What did he say again? 57? See, I speak publicly. Yeah, 57 states. That's what I thought. I speak publicly. That's why I wasn't annoyed when Obama said that. Nor am I annoyed when Donald Trump says 28 instead of 8. Because when you're talking all the time, sometimes you miss a word or two or a part of a word. Just crazy. So you guys can complain all you want. So we're on episode 132. I want to talk about today. Donald Trump did a great speech in Gettysburg. Contract with America, really, really good points. And we're going to break down all these points in just a minute. But of course, what the media is talking about is the fact that Donald Trump will be suing his accusers after the election. Now, I was glad for that. I want to go ahead and talk about that because he didn't just include the women who are illegally and falsely accusing him, but he also included the DNC for these allegations of inciting violence. Now, having been in the violence that was incited in Chicago, having been present in that violence, I am happy to have Donald Trump sue those people. He should sue Bob Creamer and the DNC for what they did. Definitely. Please, avenge us. If it is a class action lawsuit, I would be happy to join that lawsuit because that incident had direct deleterious effects on my personal life and many others across the country and other rallies as well. I have many friends. Rachel Casey, who was the egg woman, as we all know, got egged in San Diego and stood up to that whole mob. She's one of the bravest people, so brave. She's out there doing flag waving for Trump in Florida right now. So proud of her. So proud of her. But we all had that experience. So Donald Trump is going to be suing, and they are terrorists. They're domestic terrorists. And I'm just keeping an eye because sometimes trolls. We've been getting much more popular on the show, you guys. By episode 32, we finally get a little more popular. But what that means is we get more trolls. They actually have increased the troll budget for us. So we got to keep an eye on them. Try to grab them when we can. And I think I blocked somebody yesterday. I forgot to unblock. So remind me. Isaac, I think, is on my notes. Remind me to do that. Somebody remind me to do that. So what the media has been talking about is he's going to sue these people. And I hope he does. I hope he sues all these women. And frankly, I would assume that the threat of a lawsuit is going to change some things. Now let's talk about the recent accuser. Gloria Allred has managed to find yet another... such a weird question. People ask the weirdest questions. Yet another woman in her Rolodex who would gladly and easily accuse people falsely. And this woman happens to be a porn star / prostitute. It's because they say my name in the beginning. Suzanne Monk is my name. Does that make you feel better? Sorry. I don't feel like my name is as important as what we're talking about, so I don't say my name like several times. Yeah, she's a stripper, she's a prostitute, and certainly not somebody who I would expect that you or I or the general public is going to have a lot of faith in what they have to say in regards to people offering them money for sex. Because I've known prostitutes and they lie. I'm just saying. They're not the most honest people, nor are they the most trustworthy witnesses. Now, neither is Gloria Allred. So once again, they will continue to try to smears, and they're going to get their butts sued, is what the speech said. And that's what the media is busy talking about, which is great because they're missing out on the whole point of the speech. Yay, media! Way to miss it out. But see, other people know prostitutes too. I'm not the only one who knows prostitutes. I don't judge people's walk of life, okay? When I meet people, I meet them for who they are. And if you find out later that they are people from the underbelly of society, that's fine. Usually you also find out later that they also lie, which is why I'm giving you this advice. So. I know it is. They actually, that's always a good question. I'm going to just mention that. When the trolls are calling people racist, that's not going to happen. And what I'm going to do is block you now so that we can continue to make this broadcast great again. No, CNN has moved on to Gropergate. And I think at this point they're also talking about Donald Trump is Hitler because he won't allow a transference of power because he said he might challenge the election. I don't know, Al Gore much? I mean, seriously. No, we're not going to count any chats. If it looks like Hillary stole the election from us, we're just going to roll over and cave. They don't know what's coming for them if I think that happens. They don't know what's coming for them. Because the American people are not going to stand for that. The American people are not going to watch their election process be openly rigged in front of their face and not at least go stand down on the White House lawn and holler. I, for one, will be camping on the White House lawn if this election is stolen from us until it is rectified. So y'all can come with me. Yeah, no, it's getting funny how they're paying all the celebrities to do this. It just goes on and on. It's so bad. Why would you? Of course, why would you challenge the results if he wins? And frankly, these women should hope he wins so they don't get their butts sued. Because the only way they're probably not going to get sued is if he wins. So, I know, wasn't that great? I was up to 75 earlier. 75K. I think it peaked out at like 75K. Yes, I supported Donald Trump since about the week after. I personally supported Trump when he came down the escalator, but I started telling everybody I supported Trump like a week after that because it took me a week to warm up. And that whole incident when everyone got all upset over the false racial accusations because Donald Trump spoke the truth and said that there are criminals who come into our country and Mexico is not in any way facilitating positive people coming into our country. And some people are positive, but Mexico is known to be sending some bad people as well. And that's just a fact. And so everyone went crazy. Trump's a racist because he wants to build a wall. You're an idiot. And so, I took a week to kind of get through that. Oh, so they're obviously going to just rip him down and this is going to last 1 week. And it didn't. He was fine. And he kept going. And more people started liking him, even though the media was trying to smear him. And he didn't get smeared, and he kept going. And after that, I was like, no, I'm just going to tell people I'm for Trump. Because he's obviously Teflon. And he became more and more Teflon and Teflon. And it just started, you can't stop the Trump. Al Smith dinner, dude, that was awesome. There were some moments in that dinner. I don't even care if anybody laughed. I don't care if they booed. They needed to be said. Like the moment where he told Hillary's just sitting here pretending to not hate Catholics. Somebody's got to say it, you guys. That's what we're getting the leaks. We're not playing this fake little game anymore where our politicians are like, oh, I have my public position. But in the private rooms, I stabbed all the Americans in the back. We're not doing that anymore. You're going to be who you're elected to be. You're going to be an honest, normal human being. Or we're going to elect you out and pick somebody else. It totally is what it is. So, you guys, while we got a good little batch of viewers, and maybe we got some haters in here, maybe you'll learn something. Instead of, if they're going to pay you to go around and say F Trump, F Trump, F Trump anyway, why don't stop and just learn something while you're at it? I mean, they'll pay you really whether you vote for Trump or not. You could actually vote for Trump and still get paid with your little Hillary troll job. We're not going to mess up your job. The booth is private. No one's going to know if you vote for Trump, Hillary trolls. So, hang out. Keep trolling. You know what? Party on here, because I'm going to tell you what Donald Trump is going to do for you, even if you do vote for Hillary. I'm going to tell you what he's going to do for you right now. Term limits. He's going to initiate a constitutional amendment for term limits. He's going to initiate an immediate hiring freeze on all government employees other than security, not security, basically Homeland Security, human health, public safety, public health, and obviously the military. We're not going to have a hiring freeze on those things. We need to build many of those things back up. But a hiring freeze in general on all other government employees so that we can bring down our government rolls. This one I love, the 2-for-1 regulation deal. So for every one new regulation that is made, 2 regulations will need to be removed. That's good. That's a very good thing. A 5-year ban on lobbying after having served in office, and a lifetime ban on lobbying for foreign governments after having served in office. So good. All of these things good. Term limits, hiring freeze, 2-for-1, 5-year ban, lifetime ban. Good, good, good. That'd be great if that was all the speech. If that's all the speech said, it'd be an awesome speech. Oh no, my friends. Oh no, we got more. Let's move on. We're going to renegotiate NAFTA. We're going to withdraw from the PPP. We're going to label China as a currency manipulator. We're going to establish a task force that addresses the trade abuses. Yes, no TPP. Hey, you burner guys. Seriously, the only guy who's going to prevent you from getting in that TPP that Bernie talked so negatively about is Donald J. Trump. We're going to deregulate the energy industry so we can start getting the most out of our energy resources here in America and stop dealing with this OPEC crushing us. We're going to actually open up all of these energy opportunities we have here in the United States and to really begin the process of complete and utter energy independence. And I don't know what that's supposed to mean. All of the other things. So, you know what? We'll just send you. We'll just send you. Trump digs coal. Can't pay attention to the list. We just move on. White people look like they smell like hot dog water. See, now that why would you say something dumb and racist like that? That's just dumb and racist. And then you're like, oh, you're a racist. Let me call you a racist. Let me do something racist to you. Please explain term limits and why they're important. No. Go Google that. Go learn to yourself why term limits are important. I'm going to finish the list. You can actually do 2 things. See, I'm on the phone here and I have the computer here. So you can do just like that. You can be like, oh, I'm periscoping and I'm Googling. Oh, what? I learned something. Why are term limits so good? Bye, Felicia's. So we're going to renegotiate NAFTA, withdraw from the PPP, currency manipulator, energy regulation, trade abuses. We're going to get out of the way of infrastructure roadblocks like the Keystone Pipeline, like other issues. Obama has been in the way of a lot of these projects that are large infrastructure projects that could really bring some jobs back to the United States. We are also going to cancel, love this, cancel the climate change payments to the UN, and we're going to use that money to clean up our own air and water. So, while term limits do require a constitutional amendment, that is going to be hard, you're correct. But that is in no way a reason to not try. Now, if just those things, just the first 5 things, and then just these things were in the speech, yeah, I know I get a lot more trolls, right? I know. I think they have a little budget for me now. I think they upped my budget. I think they hired a few more trolls for me. Do you guys agree? I feel a little flattered, actually. I mean, I genuinely feel flattered, and I appreciate the opportunity to maybe educate some of their trolls to go vote. Like what I just said, trolls, vote for Trump. No one will know. He's not way behind, boo. You're so cute. You're so cute. Now, that would be enough if the speech was in. If that was the end of the speech, great. Great. But it wasn't. More to the speech. It goes on. We're going to cancel all of Obama's unconstitutional executive orders. We are going to begin the process of replacing Justice Scalia with another justice like Justice Scalia. We are going to end funding to sanctuary cities. We are going to deport all criminal aliens. We are going to suspend immigration from terror-ridden regions of the world and engage in extreme vetting. And that's not all. Even if we did those things. What is it, like 15, 16 things now? 18 things. You are racist. Bye. But if it were only for that, that would be a great speech, right? That would be a great speech. Wasn't it? That wasn't it, you guys. There was more in the speech. Middle class tax relief. We're going to lower the taxes. There's a process of offshore money returning jobs that are offshoring, and there's certainly a process to bring that back with a tax relief program for that. School choice, very, very key. Obamacare, repeal and replace. The Child and Elder Care Act, so great. Gives you credits and benefits for child and elder care, so important. The Illegal Immigration Act, which will of course help build the wall. And the Community Safety Act, which is going to increase our funding for police training, for police programs across the country, and certainly do some community work in the inner cities there. The wow, I can't even read my national security. We're going to rebuild the military, and we are certainly going to. Then the last thing is ethics reform. You know what? How lazy do you have to be when you can't even spell the whole damn word? Now, I don't think you should get paid. Don't pay him. Hey, little DNC friends who are watching this, checking on your workers, okay, who are doing their little work. Don't pay him for FK Trump. Don't pay him for that. That's just lazy work. If you're going to pay these people $12.50 an hour to come on my show and harass me, please at least make them spell the whole damn word out. Just lazy. They want $15 an hour. This is why we don't want a minimum wage of $15 an hour. It's this kind of lazy work. Depends on what union you're talking about. He's not anti-police union. They endorsed him. So you might want to sort that out. The union bosses are against Trump. You know who's for Trump? Union workers. The unions are having a real problem right now because they're really trying to convince their union workers to vote for Hillary. And the workers are like, we're not going to vote for Hillary. And so they're like advertising. They're like doing everything they can to try to promote to their members that they should vote for Hillary, and they're just not going to do it. We're not going to do it. The union worker vote is like 78% Trump. It's huge. Union workers are definitely in droves going to vote for Donald J. Trump. Fact. So, he doesn't. You're an idiot. Bye. Bye. So, you guys, isn't that a great speech? I mean, isn't that like just point? Like, there's like 25 points. Yay, teachers for Trump. Teachers for Trump. Teachers need to be for Trump because the lack of school choice and the government oversight is ruining education. And it's turning everybody into like little test bots. So we can't learn. You want to talk a little bit of strategy? We'll do that. And then I'll do some rallies. We'll do some question and answer. I'll do some question and answer. What does Trump need to do to win? One, we need to keep doing our work. No, I don't think he's other things. I think you're an idiot. We need to keep doing our work. We need to keep promoting the facts. We need to keep telling people about the DNC criminal activity as far as voter fraud, as far as inciting violence across the country. We need to keep talking about Hillary's crimes and continued pay-for-play activities. We need to keep talking about that. We also should start talking about some of these things like draining the swamp, term limits, all of these points that Donald Trump is offering. Donald Trump actually has a plan, which we're going to talk about in my Trump reason of the day. Donald Trump actually has a plan. Hillary doesn't want to talk. Here's Hillary's plan. Don't elect Trump. That's her whole plan. That's every Hillary speech. You know what we should do? Not elect Trump. Oh, well, see, maybe he at least put all the letters in there. So, Trump's doing very well in Florida and very well in Ohio. He's doing very well in there, and that he has date. We're gonna look at rallies. He's rallying there like a bean. Hillary isn't even doing rallies. Do you understand that she's barely leaving the house? She's got surrogates doing all of her work. Yeah, give that boy a raise. Nice, Deb. I just read all of Trump's plan. What you need to do is go to Donald J. Trump and look at his contract with America, contract for America, with America, and read. Since you missed the first part where I went through it all, boom, 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 20 minutes ago, I'm not going to repeat all these other people. We want to move on. We're going to do question and answer. So go read. Go read. Go read. Do I believe in global warming? Do I believe in global? Do I believe Do I believe in human created global warming? I don't think the science is settled on that at all. Do I believe that the recommended changes that the banker oligarchs want to make are going to fix any of the problems that they claim exist? No. And scientists don't believe that either. So there's no way on any reasonable earth that the money that we're handing over to the UN is actually going to do anything to stop climate change, even if everything the science says is true. They're not doing that. We actually have larger ice packs. You also watch a little show. Did y'all watch a little show called Deadliest Catch? Deadliest Catch. I'm 44 years old. Bye. Deadliest Catch. That's very sweet. Deadliest Catch. What you'll find each year, the ice packs get down further and faster, and they're showing that on the show. So I'd love to agree with your little fake science about it, but the actual fact is that polar bear populations are increasing, the ice caps are actually growing larger, faster. We're actually in a cooling phase, we're not in a warming phase, and y'all are literally late 1990s want their hysteria back, they called on the phone. You know, when there was a hole, there's going to be a hole in the ozone. Can't use hairspray anymore. Remember that? What happened to the hole in the ozone? What happened to it? Well, that's sweet, but weird. That's totally weird. I know, typical Clinton troll. I appreciate that. Trump has a huge plan, and I just read you the thing. Bye, Felicia's. Bye, Felicia's. Go read. Go read. Go read. Look, they're all in there on shift. The shift starts right about middle of the show. So awesome. I'm actually really proud that they're spending time and effort to send people to harass us. But we keep talking about it. We keep talking about politics. We keep talking about Trump and what he's going to do for the country. Now, actually, many of the, maybe, but every president in the history of ever has hired experts to come up with plans and to help them come up with plans. And then the leader makes a decision on those advisements and makes the final decision. It's what's called leadership. Here, I'm going to spell it for Leadership. Leadership. You can look it up on the Google and learn something about it. That's what leaders do. Yeah, if you want to know his plans, go to his website. It's all there. I mean, how many times did we say Josh? Josh is a huge, everybody like claps for Josh because Josh is a huge patriot. Josh and I were out on the street rooting for Trump today. And Josh wore his uniform. He looked so good. We had vets for Trump. We had women for Trump. We had Chicagoans for Trump. I missed you, but you're coming back. You're coming back because you don't get paid unless you say that like 3 or 4 times, I'm sure. So I'll catch you the next round. I will catch you the next round. Yeah, everybody says thanks to Josh. Woo! I thought I was going to have to be there all by myself. I'm live feeding. You know, I'm like on live Facebook like you do. Where is everybody? And Josh like sneaks up right in the shot. And I just see him in the shot. I'm like, yeah, it was a good moment. I'll repost it on the page. And yes, actually, America does thank you, Josh, for your service. And I'm sure all of my Trump supporters would agree with that. So, we'll do one more. Yeah, Hillary does support rape. I totally agree. Yeah, okay, you guys have the same thing. It's the same thing. Who cares? And why is it creepy? And you're back on the 10-year-old girl with the escalator comment. He tries to give somebody a compliment and you guys smear it for 30 years. But Hillary's husband rapes women. You don't care. Hillary's operatives hire people to commit acts of violence to affect an election. You guys worry about the Russians. I have never seen such craziness in I literally am starting to believe there is a Ray, like Doofenshmirtz. You guys ever watch Phineas and Ferb? Phineas and Ferb, you ever see this? Doofenshmirtz, Evil Incorporated. And he's always trying to make devices that affect the tri-state area. Yeah. Sometimes they turn you into a zombie. This is what I think has happened. I think the DNC has a Doofenshmirtz, and they're literally sending rays that they only affect liberals. So maybe you have to eat like a lot of tofu, or if you do yoga every day. I don't know what it is. I still am trying to find kale. Could be kale because I won't touch it. We all got to figure out what all of us Trump supporters won't touch and what they're touching. And then we'll know what's the trigger that makes this mind control ray. I appreciate there was actually a good statement. I'll talk about that for a minute. There were a lot of people who wanted Donald Trump to pick somebody more of an outsider as a candidate, as a vice president, or maybe even someone more of a moderate. So, because I'm of Swedish heritage, that's why I'm so white. Why are you so stupid? Is there a genetic reason for that? No. So a lot of people felt that was a choice that people felt uncomfortable who were more moderate and wanted Donald Trump to pick somebody who was more moderate. Now, I actually love Mike Pence for this reason, because I agree I am also a much more moderate voter as a libertarian and an independent, and am much more likely to support a candidate who would have more moderate views. But Mike Pence has been an amazing surrogate and an amazing advocate, and he has done a wonderful job of retaining and holding that Christian conservative base, which is so huge and has been so, you're an idiot, so important to this election. It's important that Donald Trump has the ability to keep people both in the moderate camp, but also the conservatives. The Christian conservatives have been viciously abandoned by the party, by politics in general. And so many of them have become stagnant and non-voters. And so it actually pulls significantly from that voter base. Yeah, look, I'm white. I'm sorry, I was born this way. My parents were both white. One was predominantly Swedish, and one was Swedish plus some mutt. I don't know why you're racist if you have a problem with the fact that my parents were white, and so I'm white. If you have a problem with that, you're a racist. I'm just gonna da. See, I try to talk and be able to aim properly, so I don't accidentally block nice things. I don't want to block Trump people. I just want to block the little trolls. The rude ones, at least. Some of them are nice. Some of them we keep them around. I know, like it's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm going to try. Hold on. I'm going to try really hard and turn black. Failed. Sorry. Nope. Convince yourself. All right, here, I'll try to convince you. I'll give you one. I'll give you one shot. And you're never undecided. None of you are ever undecided. It's literally, I think it's probably item number 17 on your trolling checklist. Tell them, I think it says, what does it say? It says, tell them you're undecided and make them convince you. And then when they try to convince you, call them names. So I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. But let's go with my Trump reason of the day, and maybe that'll convince you. Here, I'll give you one good reason. Trump reason of the day. Woo. Trump reason of the day. Donald Trump has a plan. Donald Trump has a plan. That is my reason. He has actually several plans. He actually has a significant plan. All of these plans. Plans on redeveloping. We've gone over these, but I will review as quickly as possible. Plans on draining the swamp and ending corruption. Ethics reform. Term limits. Hiring freeze. 2-for-1 regulation, a 5-year ban on lobbying, lifetime ban on lobbying for foreign governments, renegotiating NAFTA, getting out of the TPP, addressing the China currency manipulation, trade abuses, setting up energy deregulation, infrastructure roadblocks, eliminating that, canceling the climate change so we can use that money instead of giving it to the union, we can use it for our own country. Tax relief, offshore money return, school choice, Obamacare, repeal and replace, Child and Elder Care Act, Illegal Immigration Act, Community Safety, National Security, rebuilding the military, ethics reform, canceling executive orders, replacing Scalia, ending funding to sanctuary cities, deporting criminal aliens, dealing with this terror immigration. What do you mean he doesn't have a plan? That's just from the speech today. That's not even going to Donald Trump's positions and plans written on his website. When you're like, Donald Trump doesn't have a plan, tell me what his plan is. What you're telling me is, I don't know how to use the internet and I don't care. I am just a hater. That's what you're saying. What you're starting to actually make me think is, I am just paid by the Hillary campaign to troll Trump stuff. That's what I think. So, that's a good question. That's a good question. I don't work for his campaign. I work for a country called America. I want America to be saved. From the horror of Hillary Clinton. And I want these kind of policies implemented. And since I want that so badly, I invest my personal time, my personal money, my personal effort, and my personal reputation. I take time away from my personal business, which I own, and my own career to do that. So, no, I'm not paid. I am a small business owner. We asked that like several times. Bye. No, Hillary Clinton is, in fact, the definition of Soros puppet. The definition. I'm an adult that came out foot. Let me just tell you something. Nobody who is actually adult says the words, I'm an adult. No adult says that. That means what you've just said, I am not an adult, I'm lying on the internet. It'd be like if you couldn't see me, if I were just typing, I'm like, I'm really skinny and I wanted to know. Jason, what you need to do is understand two things. One, you've been told he's an egomaniac. You might want to look into some of his charitable giving, some of the things he's done that are very kind and caring. And two, you have to have some level of ego to succeed in life. Now, what's more egomaniacal than assuming that just because you have a vagina and you've been in politics for 30 years, it's your turn? I actually I block haters because I'm here to talk about Donald Trump and I'm not here to get trolled and I'm not here to help you guys make money being assholes. That's not my job. My job is to help elect Donald Trump. So I block you. One, and it's a free country. You have free speech. I'm not stopping you from speaking. You are more than welcome to go say, Suzanne is an idiot, anywhere you fucking want. But guess what? You're not going to do it here because this is my page. Okay? I am not America and the Constitution. This is a dictatorship run by Suzanne Monk called Trump Talk. So, suck it. I don't know what to tell you. Plus, more blocks equals more viewers. I say it every time. That's a ridiculous statement. Donald Trump did not claim that climate change was a hoax started by the Chinese. You guys literally, please understand that CNN is lying to you. Lying. When will you understand? Seriously, haters, go make a Hillary scope, but they don't care about Hillary. This is what I've noticed about the haters. They're not here to hate. And they're not here to promote Hillary. They're here to hate on Trump. He will clean out Washington. I think that is at least one good reason. Not everybody is really excited who's voting for Trump. I'm super excited. I'm excited about these policies. I'm excited about his positions. I think he's going to be the greatest president this country's ever seen. You don't have to be as enthusiastic as me. You don't have to be as enthusiastic as me. You can be reticent. You can be like, I don't know. I don't like this about him. I don't like that about him. Well, at least you're polite, screw Trump. At least you have managed not to just use cuss words. So I appreciate if you're reticent, if you don't entirely understand, if you're not like, if you don't entirely understand your position, like how you really feel, like, oh, I'm not really committed. So, I agree. I make that joke. I make the joke that he looks like an orange Oompa Loompa. But if we could elect an actual Oompa Loompa that would enact these policies and actually do something that would help save America, let's do that. I don't think what the man looks like is relevant. I know, I want one troll would come with facts. I would love that, Josh. I would love that. That sounds like Hillary. Unfit temperament, narcissistic, arrogant, vengeful, predator, insecure, can't take losing. Hillary Clinton. She gets people shot if they disagree with her. When has Donald Trump ever had when has a body count ever been associated with Donald Trump because they disagreed with him? Huh? Oh, wait, no, that'd be Hillary. Yeah, Jason, I know. Some people do. Jason, let me ask you a question. Are you conservative? Are you a Democrat? Where do you stand in the line? I'm waiting for Jason to answer. So, a ton of reasons. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what that you got, but all right. Well, maybe you accidentally got blocked while I was telling everybody. No, Trump actually loves Mexican people. Donald Trump loves Mexican people. If you think an open border is you loving Mexican people, you hate Mexican people. The open border is what's causing the drug cartels to operate Mexico as a narco state. So, I get my facts from a lot of places. I read all the WikiLeaks. I watch all of it. I do a lot of research. You should too. Yeah, I love hearing about the truth for Trump. I think the haters don't like hearing the truth about Trump. That's what I think. I love to tell the truth about Trump. No, he actually loves Mexicans and the Mexican people. He's actually trying to help your country, I'm assuming. I'm still waiting for Jason to tell me what party he's affiliated with. He won't tell me. As a woman, who should be ashamed? I should be ashamed for supporting Donald Trump? Clarify yourself. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Donald Trump is going to win. Yep. Unfit temperament. That's Hillary Clinton. That's Hillary Clinton. I love Mexican people. I'm a huge fan of Mexican people, yes. You're fiscal conservative, socially liberal. Great. Jason, thank you so much for answering. So I see why some of the things that you're frustrated. So you're maybe frustrated a little bit with some of Donald Trump's comments on what is your stance on pro-life. I know as a moderate, I have some disagreements. That's where I disagree a little bit. Jason, I'm sorry I caught you. I disagree with him on some of those issues, but I would challenge you to find a president candidate that you've agreed with every single thing on. Now, as for that, Donald Trump is specifically focused on fiscal issues. You have to, as a Republican candidate, pay homage to the Republican social issues. You have to, or you're just not going to get the votes, you guys. You're not going to win the primary, and it's not going to happen. But we missed him. We'll catch him. But Donald Trump is actually the most fiscally conservative, socially moderate candidate you've seen in the Republican Party probably ever. Ever. So I would certainly take a look at the fact that he's focusing on jobs and the economy and security, and what he's not focusing on is, come on, yes. What he's not focusing on is abortion and all of these other issues specifically, certainly not to the degree. You have to, as a Republican, address those issues. You have to. They're not going to elect you on a Republican side if you won't. I know how Mexico will pay too. It's actually very interesting. It's very interesting methods. There's many methods in which to get Mexico to help pay for that wall. So, yeah, he totally will. Yeah, you and, oh, yeah, you too. So, well, right now we don't tax any wire. We make sure, that's not even taxing, is that we require you to have documentation that you are legally here in the country to send money through bank wire. We don't cause that. I'll get the Gap guy in a minute. We don't cause that to happen when you wire money through like Western Union or anything. By changing that law through Homeland Security, by just implementing the law for the rest of it, will in fact eliminate a significant amount of illegal payments to Mexico, which would convince Mexico to make some drastic decisions whether or not they want that money, that illegal money coming in. So it is what it is. That's just one of many, many ways. Not to mention, we do in fact give money to Mexico. There's a lot of other payments that we can adjust and hold to get Mexico to pay for the wall. I don't know if Trump likes the NFL. That's a weird question. Only fake Republicans back down on Trump. Yep, that's exactly right. I don't know. Why would you come on my post? Why would you come on my post and tell me to shut the fuck up? That doesn't even make any sense. That's just literally like the dumbest thing ever. You have to type, I get to talk. You're telling me to shut up. If I shut up, then it's just dumb people typing. No one's going to do that. You idiots. I know the first 100-day plans are great. Thank you. I'm glad your son is a Marine. My brother-in-law is a former Marine. My brother was in the Army. So, thank you. Yep, that is what bitch men do on the scope. I know it. No, actually, Donald Trump is a genius. He knows a lot of things. We just have also a lot of very intelligent Trump surrogates who know how to speak properly. And yes, I actually specifically do know Trump's position on ISIS. What would you like to know about it? Now, see, I'm just talking. That's funny because somebody got to come in. Oh, Trump's not a true conservative. Now, here's the thing. That's a pointless question. If you can't Google, I'm not here. I'm not Google. Does it say Google? No, it doesn't. So, I was just talking with a social conservative, social moderate, fiscal conservative who thinks that he's too conservative on social issues. So, no candidate is going to be perfect. But this has done a very good job. Donald Trump has done a very good job of certainly bridging a great deal of divide. Alex, that's not true. Donald Trump has actually paid more taxes than Hillary Clinton. He's paid millions and millions in taxes, both federally, payroll taxes, all sorts of taxes, including income taxes. And you know who didn't pay taxes for 2012, 2013, and 2014? Oh, that'd be Hillary. So, you know that lady who probably gets people to sign your checks so you can come out here and say F Trump over and over? Jason, neither does Donald Trump. Donald Trump considers marriage equality the law of the land determined by the Supreme Court. He has no intention to overturn that. So. All right. Well, so you're worried about respectful? So are you going to vote for Hillary? Because Hillary Clinton gets people killed. She takes money in office for favors. She has started 3 wars. She's destabilized the Middle East. Oh, Trump's a little bit disrespectful. So you're going to pick somebody who's done all those things? It just doesn't make any sense. Well, I disagree with you, but just say I think Donald Trump is I think the media has told you Donald Trump is horrible. But if you want to think that, that's fine. I think Hillary Clinton has done a good job of making you think Trump's horrible. And now we're doing a good job at helping you realize how horrible Hillary is. So stay home and don't vote. Yes, Trump supports gay marriage. See, it's not just me. I'm not just telling you that out of my butt. That's the facts. Well, I appreciate that they want to vote, keep Trump out. But what I'm saying is that she's discouraging her own voters. 4 times, you're an idiot. Yeah, the media has done a horrible smear job. The media has been completely vicious and constant and misrepresentational. But then they won't talk to you about the Hillary leaks that we see actual physical evidence of Hillary's crimes. I don't know. I agree with your comment about the. I don't think it's my opinion to judge. I don't think it's the government's opinion to judge what you do in your marriage. So I don't think that's relevant. And Hillary hasn't been faithful and Bill hasn't been faithful. So I don't understand what you're talking about. It's like literally, shouldn't he be faithful in his marriage? Well, what the hell was Hillary doing? You know what shows lack of character? Continuing to stay with a rapist so that other women get raped so you can stay in power. Bye, Felicias. So many Felicias. I hope Gary Johnson listens to my scope. You know what? Just in case he is. I don't think he is. But hey, if y'all know Gary Johnson, I voted for Gary Johnson last time. I want to send a little message to Gary Johnson. Here's my message. What the hell happened to you? You used to be a libertarian. You used to support freedom for America. Now you're a globalist. I don't know what they paid you or fed you or Stepforded you with, Gary. But it's sad. And I certainly hope you can get some help for that condition. Yeah, maybe it might be too much reefer. I don't even... Wow, they're sending the really dumb... Apparently it's the dumb troll shift now. It's the ones that can't finish a whole sentence. And... No, yeah, well, I do. Yeah, I block everyone who's an idiot and isn't actually trying to have a conversation. Yep, spoke of what Willie smokes. Jill Stein, a lot of people like Jill Stein. Jill Stein has actually said some very reasonable things about Donald Trump and this campaign and explained how she thinks how Hillary is so much more dangerous for this country than Donald Trump. So, you know what? Listen to Jill Stein. No, Donald Trump does not smoke weed, he does not drink, he does not smoke cigarettes. I, on the other hand, probably do all those things. So, yeah, and I know, and I wish that she had more support than Gary, actually. I think she's a better candidate. I'm going to be just honest. And I'm not really for her policies at all. I totally do not support her political views. But she's been a much better candidate. John McCain is a loser, and he has every right to be called that when he spent 30 years in office, and he has done nothing for veterans, and the Veterans Administration is in the condition he's in. As a veteran of his purport, he should have done more in office, and he sat on his little medal-carrying ass. So don't tell me about John McCain. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of John McCain. No, he doesn't smoke. So why would he start smoking? Not a thing. Are we tormenting Kris Jenner now? Let's leave her alone. Jill Stein did hesitate the establishment. I agree, and I think she's a much more sincere politician. To be honest, she's of her positions. Yes, I can hold a cigarette in the gap. You're kind of a douche. I mean, I appreciate your service and all, sir, but you're a dick. I've watched him be a dick the whole time. Yeah, they're supposed to be respectful. So hilarious. Yeah, that's funny. He did get booted, right? I totally agree. I totally agree. Trump has got to pull this off. Yeah, will you Periscope and accept when he wins? And will you type these words? When I'm doing my scope, let me ask you. I'll do that. I'll Periscope the day after. I'll be like, oh, this is what happened. But let me ask you. Let me ask you this question. Will you come on my Periscope and type the words President Trump? Will you? I'll make a deal with you right now. So you won't? Because you're just a troll. All right. That's awesome, Dad. That's awesome. I can only see this count over here. That's awesome. So, Donald Trump has been trying to run for president. Do I want a revolution if Trump loses? Let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about Do I want a revolution? I don't want a revolution. No one wants a revolution. Okay? We don't want that. We want the country to be peaceful, to be functional. We want the government to be operating based on the rule of law. And we want to have faith in that government. Now, let me explain something to you. If Hillary Clinton wins this election after rigging the vote, stealing Bernie's votes, inciting violence, okay? Just these three things right here. Not to mention any other fraud that we happen to find out along the way. After having manipulated the FBI to keep her evidence from being admitted to court and from her being tried, all of this corruption. If Hillary Clinton wins after all of that corruption, do you genuinely believe that the America we will be living in will be one we have confidence in as citizens, is a government by, of, and for the people? Do you believe that? Because I won't. I don't think I will believe that I have a government by, of, and for the people if Hillary Clinton, after doing those things, wins because of those things. So, now let me ask you this. Let's talk about this for a second. Do you want to elect someone who for the next 4, possibly 8 years is going to be embroiled in legal disputes because of these criminal actions that occurred in her election? Do you want that? No, we don't want that. So, what we definitely want is a president who avoids that. And that happens to be Trump. Now, will there be a revolution in this country if Trump doesn't win? I don't know. Americans are pretty lazy. But I am certain there will be severe problems with the respect of our republic, knowing that this is how you win. How you win is you incite violence, you steal votes, you manipulate the media, you pay off to get questions to the debates, you do all of these criminal cheatings. That's how you win. I don't think that's a very good America. I think that's going to undermine a lot of American confidence. And frankly, I think that sounds like a banana republic and not a real republic. I hope that answers your question. Did we talk about rallies? Yes, we are a republic. I want a president who respects women. Good. You should elect Donald J. Trump. Because Hillary Clinton attacks women who have been raped by her husband, and she does not stop her husband from raping women in the future. He's been raping women since he was a governor in Arkansas, and even before then in college. And she still married him, and she still supported him, and she viciously attacked those women who accused him accurately of rape. So if you want a candidate who respects women, don't elect Hillary Clinton, elect Donald J. Trump. Donald Trump hires women. Donald Trump hired the first woman ever to build a skyscraper, to be the foreman of a skyscraper building. Donald Trump. Can you ask you something? Something. No, you cannot ask me something. No one can ask me something. If you can't spell the word, I am not going to answer the question. It's just, come on, please. I know she said pay some smarter trolls. Hey, Hillary, pay smarter trolls. It's sad that you would give your vote to Hillary Clinton, who enables rape. No, he did not say he grabs them. He says that they let him grab them because he's famous. He did not say he grabs them. What he says is that women, when you're famous, they let you do whatever you want. Kiss them, grab them, whatever you want. That's what he said. You should listen to the whole clip. What the media does is they play this much of the clip. When you're famous, they just let you do whatever you want. Grab them by the pussy. They just pay, grab them by the pussy. Stop listening to the mainstream media. Oh, that's their new thing apparently. Typical Trump supporter. They're tired of talking about my gap. And so now they're on to the typical Trump supporter. So. Okay, yeah, does that help, Jason? Jason, I appreciate your conversation. I appreciate your honest. Rarely do we get somebody who's actually trying to ask questions about Donald Trump and then actually receives the answers. So I just want to thank you, Jason, for participating in that. I appreciate that. I know they all waited till 1 week to come out, and it's Hillary. It's literally Gloria Allred flipping through her whore Rolodex. She knows a lot of whores. What do you want from me? You should do the scope wearing a Hillary mask just for laughs. Wouldn't that be funny? I think Donald Trump has a great temperament. Let me explain to you. Let's talk about his temperament for a minute. Here is a man who has been called racist, sexist, bigot. He's been falsely accused. Every single time he says one sentence, they take 2 words out of it and smear him with it. Throughout the whole time. The whole time. He's calm. He's calm until you attack him just enough, and then he counterpunches, and then everyone, oh, his temperament. It would be literally like if you're like, Suzanne, 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 Suzanne. And finally I'm like, what? And then you guys went, God, you're so pissed off. You're so mad. That's what it's like. Stupid. Let's talk about rallies, you guys. Donald Trump has so many rallies. There's 17 days left. He is hitting the campaign trail hard. You haters, take a little time while you're on your Periscope. Pull up on your computer. You can troll for Hillary over here. Make your money. I want you guys to eat. I don't want you on the welfare roll. So I'd much rather you be making money trolling for Hillary than me paying for your EBT cards and your unemployment. So they're taking money anyway from me either way. So I'd much rather you be actually actively doing something. So while you're doing that, while you're making your money, good for you guys. You watch Donald Trump on the computer, and then you can be on your phone. Oh, trolling. But you can listen to the speeches, and here's where you're going to listen to them. rsbn.tv. Thank you so much, James. rsbn.tv. They don't pay me. They don't know me. I'd love if they know me. I think they promote Wayne Dupree's show. They should totally do my show, but they don't because they don't know me. But they always have all the episodes. They always have all of the back shows. There were some great news articles. It's a great site, RSBN, Right Side Broadcasting Network.tv. These are the rallies. Sunday, he will be in Naples, Florida, 6 p.m. Very rare Sunday Trump rally. Monday, he will be in St. Augustine, Florida, 3 p.m. Tampa, Florida, 7 p.m. On Tuesday, he'll be in Sanford, Florida, 3 p.m. and Tallahassee, Florida, 6 p.m. Think Donald Trump wants to win Florida? I think he does. Wednesday is going to be in Kinston, North Carolina at 7 p.m. Mike is going to be in Salisbury, North Carolina, 4 p.m. Greensboro, North Carolina, 7 p.m. Those are on Monday. On Tuesday, he's going to be in Swanton, Ohio at 11 a.m., Ashland, Ohio at 2 p.m., and Marietta, Ohio at 6 p.m. If you are going to a Trump rally, get there like 5 or 6 hours early. Everyone who's been knows, I'm not even kidding you. You need to get there way early. If you don't get there early enough, you're going to miss out. If I read too fast through the rallies, you can go to donaldjtrump.com/schedule and he'll have it all printed out. And you can actually click right there and get tickets. So, James, my name is Suzanne Monk. So, maybe I'll just get a little sign up here that says Suzanne Monk. Because otherwise, why would I say my name 100 times during my own show? It sounds dumb. So, if you don't get a chance, watch the rallies on the internet. It's always important to take a look at that. We talked about my Trump reason of the day. Let's do hotties. Are you guys ready for hotties? Yes. Do you think Trump will start a TV networks with Ailes if he loses? No, I think that's a ridiculous rumor started by the media to try and convince you that he is not going to win. So, people are so nice. Aren't they great? Aren't Trump rallies super great? They're just super, super nice. I don't like lazy people either. Get to the hotties. I agree. Okay, so this hottie, I just want to say she's obviously super, super, super supportive of Donald Trump. And she's obviously a beautiful young student, as you will see with the sign, and very classy. Sometimes I give you a little too much bikini, but this time we're going all class and all Trump. And here she goes. So, we got our Students for Trump sign. And look at her blue dress. Isn't she cute? Look at all of her Trump signs. She's got Trump, 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 Trump in the window. Trump, the silent majority stands with Trump. Look at this beautiful dress. Isn't she great? And she's super pretty. So awesome. So not only is she adorable, but she's classy, and she's clearly very smart because she obviously supports Trump so much. I love that too, Josh. Just the camaraderie and the family ship that is on the Trump train, at Trump rallies, on the internet when you are talking with other Trump people and Trump supporters. It's just so powerful. So maybe she doesn't look good in red. Not everybody does good in red. So everybody shaking hands, hugs, being really friendly, just cheering with each other, listening to Tiny Dancer over and over and over and over and over. Sorry, if you've ever been to a Trump rally, you know for a fact they play Tiny Dancer like 100 times, and at some point you're like, oh, at James Prince. I'll try to remember that, James. I'll try to remember it. I'm going to write you down. James Prince. I'm Trumpetarian. Here, James, follow me. This will save you a lot of time. Follow me here, Trumpetarian, on Twitter. You can go to email the show, trumptalkus@gmail.com. You can go to www.trumptalk.us. And that is where you can find, let's just hold that up for a little bit more. Trumpertarian. It's like libertarian, but I just took lib off and I put Trump. You know what I'm talking about, Cody, with Tiny Dancer? You know what I'm talking about. He just plays it so many times. And it's not, I've been to now 2 different rallies. One didn't really happen because they rioted. But the other rally I went to also, Tiny Dancer, too many times. Oh, remember to unblock. Hey, back. Way to go. Remember to unblock Isaac. Thank you. Thank you so much. Replay the episode. You can see why I like Trump. I love showing everybody this. Love of America trumps the hate of the left. 2016, just because that just irks the snowflakes when you steal their little sign right there. And you can, of course, go and find our Facebook page, facebook.com/TrumpTalkUS. So, it's been another good show, you guys. Emails, hotties, 17 days. Make sure you are sharing your WikiLeaks, sharing your Project Veritas, sharing your negative information about Hillary Clinton. Make sure you're doing that. Start sharing some of these positive points about Donald Trump while you're at it. So important. Also, remind your friends, the voting booth is private. This is going to help that submarine vote. We want to grow that. Make sure you are prepared to wear red on election day. Wear red. Do not wear Trump gear. Wear that outside of the election. In the election, wear red. And, of course, make sure you are watching the polls. We have all heard rumors that people will be filming and what Trump supporters will be filming and watching at the polls, making sure, taking pictures. And anything that looks suspicious or looks like people were repeating voting, we're going to find that out. So we are on it this year. And that's my phone telling me we have no battery left. So before the phone gives up on us, let's turn this little outro music on. It's been a great show, you guys. We're getting a lot more people. I appreciate all of you guys sticking with me through the haters and the trolls. I'm trying to get better at deleting trolls. I'm trying. So, do not wear Trump shirts to the election. Wear them after. You will not be allowed to wear and vote with a candidate's gear on. That's just the facts. Facts. So, love all you Trumpers. We'll be back again on Monday. Remember, I'm not here Sunday. We'll be back again on Monday, but Trump on. Have a good one. Take care.